I'm your host, Destiny Sidwell.
I'm also your host, Sarah Crowley.
And this is Bookmark'd. If we want, we can go through what we were doing on our break with our DOTEs.
Heck yeah. Welcome back, everyone. Our first episode of 2025.
Woo! Haven't seen you guys in a whole year. Sorry.
Haven't seen y'all since last year.
I haven't seen you guys since last year. How crazy is that?
What's your first DOTE of 2025?
It's just water. Just
okay.
me.
You're checking off your goals.
I'm trying. Me and my water right here. Also, no one pay attention to the nails. Do you do that?
What?
Like, no one was probably paying attention, and then you call attention to it.
I wasn't looking.
I know.
I don't even think I could see from this far on the screen.
I know. I think I
Your
just
nails.
knew that I've been picking these off that I've had literally since November, so.
I just got mine done yesterday.
Okay, flex. What color are they?
Weird flex. I got a pink. I actually went in, I wanted a dark color, but they didn't have it. And you know when you're like, the nail lady's like waiting for you to pick a color. I was like, we'll do pink. We'll do the same thing as last time. So yeah. Anyway, my DOTE. I woke up sick. You know when your body just feels sick? Like you just like feel it? Last night I was playing my Wordle games, like my New York Times games. And all of a sudden my body just started aching. Like it just switched. I was like, that's really weird that I felt that happen. Because usually I'll wake up sick. Or like gradually the days go on and I get sicker. I felt it happen. It felt like really strange. Anyway, I have tea.
So what tea? What tea are we trying to medicate with today?
I got a green tea right here. That's it. It's delicious. I had to reheat it because you have to like beat the clock when you're drinking tea. It has like a perfect temperature. You have to catch it, and mine got too cold. But it is delicious.
Now, do you make your tea with water or milk?
Yeah, water. I have a little tea kettle. I know a lot of people use like a electric one, but my mom likes the OG like kettle that like steams and like sounds like a train. So I use water. I don't think I've ever made tea with milk other than like a chai tea. Yeah.
I know there are specific teas that I've just seen people talk about putting milk in. I don't know.
Yeah. It honestly just feels like, I used to hate tea, but it's honestly just like flavored, it is flavored water.
Yeah.
And now I don't hate it. I guess I just got used to it. My mom drinks it every night. I think I just saw her drink it, and I was like, I have to like this.
Yeah, that FOMO you get sometimes seeing somebody do something, and you're like, I want to try it just because I see you do it. Like, she need to know
every
why.
night. Yeah, so now I like it. I don't like the teas she drinks, but we make tea every night. But now I'm drinking it because I don't feel good. It has honey in it, too. Because I'm pretty sure honey's good for you when you're sick.
I have no clue, but I do hope it helps you have a safe and speedy recovery soon.
Thank you so much.
It's just that time of year. We're getting into flu season.
Yeah, hopefully this one doesn't last very long. I don't feel like very sick, but I'm just like, my sinuses is what it is maybe. But how was your, we have so much to catch up on. How was your Christmas, holiday, December? All of it?
It was good. I'm trying to think of the last podcast episode we filmed. Oh, I was sitting on my floor with sparkling grape juice.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. That feels like so long ago. It was last year. It's been a year since. And I feel like I don't know. I had a really good break. I had a really good Christmas. It was really fun. As always, just did the same things. As always, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but the second that Christmas is over, I want nothing to do with it. Like, I always try to get up like a little Christmas vlog just because I want it up on my channel and I love watching them and I like them for the memories. But like editing them is painful for me because I just like, I want nothing to do with it after it's over. I don't want the Christmas decorations up. I want to be done with it, which is so crazy for somebody who literally starts decorating their house in like November for Christmas. I feel the same way. As soon as I got back, Christmas decorations were gone. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see a Christmas tree. I don't know what it is.
Literally, I don't know if it's like comes from this sadness that it's over,
And you're like, I don't even want the reminder of it up because I know that it's not here anymore. It's the same way that, like, I do the same thing for my birthday. Like, my mom always would decorate, you know, for my birthday, and then the day after, I would just want it all down because I'd be so sad that it was over.
'Cause it's over.
And so I just want it down. I don't want a reminder of it. And so when me and Isaac drove back home, and it was literally like 17 hours, and I split it up into 2 days. And as soon as we got home, literally just started deep cleaning the house, took all of the Christmas decor down. Like, that's all that we did. And I was like, yeah, I need to start resetting as soon as possible. And I did that for the rest of the week. And then, of course, it was New Year's Eve. And I don't know if anybody else is like this. I think to a certain extent, society has put this, like, not pressure, but a little bit of, like, feeling like you have to do something on New Year's Eve. When I literally, like, I don't care. Like, yes, we're going into a new year. It's very exciting. But I don't care to, like, go out and do something. That's just not my cup of tea. Not saying it's bad if it is. But I feel like it's very easy to fall into the, like, oh, wow, I'm just sitting at home, like, doing nothing. I literally sat at home and put on a old dog show for Charlie to watch for a little bit to try to distract her from the fireworks, because for some reason she loves watching the dog show. And I played Animal Crossing, but then from like 7 to 2 a.m., me and Charlie were trying to go to different places in the house to try to find which one was the quietest away from the fireworks, which I didn't think there's going to be any fireworks, probably stupidly, because when we moved here in July, you weren't allowed to shoot off fireworks in our neighborhood. And I assumed that was just, like, period. Like, you weren't allowed to do that. But people, like, my neighbors were doing it, which is fine. They get to celebrate whichever way they want. It's just Charlie was so worked up for hours. So I did that. And then the next day they were shooting off fireworks again. And it was just like, you know, you were just like, I mean, Charlie literally will sit there and, like, shake, pant. It's so bad. And it's a little scary, too, to, like, watch her be, like, that worked up over it. So we would just, like, a little funny stories. We went upstairs into, like, one of the empty guest rooms. And the door is kind of off of its hinges a little bit. So you have to, like, with effort, 'cause it's, like, kind of like this. So with effort, you have to open the door. So I closed the door, and nobody was home. Like, not a single person was home. And I kind of started dozing off, and I woke up, and the door was wide open.
Oh, God.
Wide open.
Hell no.
And then I was like... And when I tell you guys, like, you know when you have to, like, scrape a door across carpet, like, to open it? That's what it had to do. Like, it takes effort for the door to, like, open. And I just woke up, like, I kind of dozed off and then woke up, and the door was wide open. And I was like...
Yeah, it's not one where if you shut it all the way, it could, like, open... Or not shut it all the way. It could, like,
but
open
even if
itself.
you shut a door all the way, it can't just open. Like, it's latched. Like, it can't just open. And I still, to this day... No clue. I just got up out of that room. And it was sad because it was, like, the room that was probably the best for the sound that I could get in the house. But
could Charlie have opened it?
No, because I feel whenever she gets off the bed, because I'm a very light sleeper, unfortunately, and when she moves freaking 1,000 times a night, I'm always feeling her move. And she can't open doors, like, because it opens, like, inside to the room. Like, it opens into the room, not, like, out of the room.
That's freaky. I would not like that. Maybe someone came home for, like, 1 second, was like, I wonder who's up there, where Destiny is. I was like, oh, she's sleeping.
But there's just no way. Because, like, Isaac was live. All of them were gone. Yeah. And so nobody could come into the house. And our house, like, anytime you open a door, there's an alarm system. And it does this little, like, almost like a doorbell. Anytime... like, one of the doors are open. So I would have heard that too, and Charlie would have started freaking out because when she hears that, she knows that somebody's home. And I still, guys, don't know how.
Never go back up there again. Never sleep there.
I'm not either. I was already very, like, as soon as I got in the room, I was a little unsettled by it. I was like, I never go in this room, and it kind of feels weird. And then, that happened, and I was like, I'm getting out of here. Can't do it.
Something spooky up there.
Yeah, that was the only thing to write home about my break. How was yours?
Sounds calm. Sounded cozy. Mine was good. Got into the biggest reading slump ever. I was so sad about it. Because it's like, Bookmark'd is over, so it's like, what should I read now? And it's like, I have free range, and there was so much I wanted to read. And I read a total of like 4 books, and 2 were rereads of books. I was so sad. I was so hopeful to read so much, but that didn't happen. But that's okay. I had a cozy winter. Not winter. It's still winter. A cozy holiday. Christmas was good. Christmas was fun. We had a snow Christmas. Did you get snow in Indiana for Christmas?
No. But literally right now, my mom had been sending me videos and pictures of like, it was like a snowstorm, like so much snow. Nobody could go anywhere for days.
Yeah, we haven't gotten like that much, but it snowed like 2 days before Christmas Eve, so we had some snow for Christmas, and that hasn't happened in so long. So we had like a white Christmas, and that was really fun. Christmas was fun, and then I went to Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, I traveled.
Oh God!
Okay.
Are you gonna tell the
Yeah,
story?
I'll tell you what happened.
I'm so ready.
I'm like sweating thinking about it. So I actually made some goals for New Year's based off of this story. So Chris and I,
some things.
yeah, something needed to change. Chris and I were flying to Florida the 27th, and it was just us because my brother was coming a few days after. And my mom dropped us off at the airport. It was so weird because I wasn't anxious at all the days before. The night before, wasn't anxious. And usually I get anxious just like the anticipation of flying, especially the holidays. Like it's very packed at the airport. I was fine. My mom dropped us off. I was like, this is great. I'm going to have a great flight. I'm so excited to go to the warm weather. And then we were getting like our bag like tag on the little machine. And we put it on our suitcases. And then we go up to the little like stand to give them our bags, check our bags. And Chris checks his. And then they put mine up. I'm like, I know it's going to be over 50 pounds. Like, it's every time. It's over 50 pounds. Like, I don't know how to, like, underpack. So it was, like, 54. And the lady was like, you can just, like, if you get it to 52, like, we won't make you pay. And I was like, you know what? If it was, like, very much over, I probably would have paid because I didn't, like, that's a lot I would have to take out. But it was, like, 2 pounds. So I was like, I'll just give Chris one of my bags. So I opened my suitcase on, like, the airport floor. I'm, like, frantically trying to figure out what to take out because there's, like, people behind us. Not many people, but, like, they're waiting, too. And there's only one, like, thing open. So I thought Chris's bag wasn't, like, in, like, the conveyor belt yet. So I was like, just put this in your suitcase. And I was, like, freaking out. And he was like, no, like, my suitcase is gone. So I was like, okay, put this in your carry-on. Like, I just have no room for this. It was, like, just, like, a little packing cube of, like, my socks and stuff. And I was like, this will definitely, like, make it 52 pounds. So put my bag down, put my phone down, put everything down to try to grab the bag and give it to him, and then close up my bag. And so I'm zippering up my bag. Chris is giving it to the lady, my suitcase. She checks it in. I grab my bag off the floor, like my purse and my carry-on, and we're walking away. And I'm like checking my pockets. I was like, I wonder what time it is, like how much time we have until we board. Because I am the one when we're traveling to download, like I have the airline apps. So I have everything. I have our boarding passes. I have everything on my app. Chris doesn't even have the app. So I'm going to look for it, and I'm like, I don't have my phone. Do you have my phone? Did you grab it, like, when I packed my bag? And he's like, no. So we check my purse, we check my carry-on, we check his carry-on, we check our pockets. We go back to the little, like, check-in area. I asked the lady, have you seen a phone? She's like, no. And then me and Chris, like our faces just, like, completely drop. Like, I go completely white, and I was like, I think I checked my phone in my bag. Or someone stole it. Like, we don't know at this point where it is. But there was no one really...
You are so much stronger than I am because that would have literally, like, not knowing if I, like, neither one of us can say for sure if I put it in the suitcase or if somebody just took it, would have sent me into a spiral.
Yeah. There was only, like, 3 people in line behind us, and they were far enough away that if they came to grab my phone, I think we would have realized someone took it. So we kind of wrote that off, but, like, it still was kind of up in the air. And then I asked the lady, I'm so dumb, but I asked her, I was like, can you, like, rewind the conveyor belt? Like, I think my phone's in there. Like, please send it back. And she was like, once it's gone, it's gone. You can go to the bag customer service downstairs, like, 2 flights down. Ask her, since it just went, like, if they can grab it. So I told Chris, like, let's just try that, and then we'll get on the security line. 'Cause it was long, and we only had, like, an hour to get through it. So Chris is sweating because he's always, like, super prepared. He hates when something goes wrong, and he's, like, not yelling at me, but he's like, how can you do that? I'm freaking out because if I have to get on the flight...
It's a stressful situation for everybody.
So overwhelming.
So tensions are high.
Yeah, very high. And he's like, I can't believe this. And I'm, like, freaking out because if I have to get on the flight without my phone, I said, like, I don't know if I can do that. But we go to the customer, like, service, the JetBlue, like, baggage thing. We talked to the lady, and she's like, can I see your... like, the little ticket that came with your baggage claim. And I'm like, that's on my bag that I checked. And then she was like, okay, can I see your boarding pass? I say, Chris, can you download the app? Like, let's get into here. But he didn't want to, like, I think he had to, like, make an account. We had to, like, go through all these steps, and he was like, I'll just sign into your account. It's like, yeah, just sign into my JetBlue. We'll show her the boarding pass. But signing in, it emailed me, and my email's on my phone. So I take out my laptop, open my laptop to go on my email. We have to connect to the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi's not working. I'm sweating, literally dripping sweat. I'm in this outfit that I'm wearing right now, sweating through everything. Gosh. And Chris is sweating too. And I tell the lady, I'm like, what are the odds of, like, you getting this? And she was like, we can try to get your bag. Because I don't know if anyone's seen, like, Chris Googled it for me to show me, like, where the suitcases go underneath everything. And it's like, the chances of them finding it were so slim also because, like, it goes towards your airplane, whatever. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. Chris is trying to, like, calm me down. This is when I realized how attached I am to my phone. So he's like, we're not doing this. Let's just go in the security line. I'll download TikTok for you. Like, you can have my phone, basically.
Oh, that's so sweet, though.
It was really kind because he knew I was freaking out. So I was like, you know what? As long as you can download my YouTube videos and things for me to watch, like, sure, we can do this. And I also had my laptop, but, like, I didn't know if I was going to get...
iPad kid.
I
will download your apps, and you can have it for the flight.
That's exactly what it was, because on the security line, it was so long. Like, we were on there for, like, over a half hour. I made him, like, download a game for me, because we were, like, talking for a while, and then I was like, I'm still very overwhelmed. Like, could I play some games?
Yeah.
He downloaded that, but I had my laptop, but obviously I could only use it if I had Wi-Fi, and I didn't know if I'd be able to get it, so that's why I was kind of, like, freaking out about that. But after I came to the realization, like, no phone, I have my Kindle, Chris will download stuff for me, like, I'll be fine on the plane. It's also a short flight, but, like, we know I panic anyway, even phone or not. So, yeah, we went through security, we sat, he ate some food, I was chilling, we were talking, great social time together. Neither of us were on our phones, and then we went to board the plane, and I did get Wi-Fi, so I was on my computer, and I was able to use that. But still, he was tracking on Find Friends my phone, and the whole time, like, it didn't move, it was just at the airport, so we still didn't really know if it was in my suitcase, we were just, like, praying, and then we landed in Florida. He's also, like, texting my dad and my mom, like, don't text Sarah, like, she doesn't have a phone. They didn't seem as worried as I thought they would be, though. They were like, okay, let me know when you get there. It's like, guys, I have no phone.
Oh, God. If Isaac would have texted my mom, hey, Destiny, like, you know, left, that my mom would have been blowing up the phone for the next hour. Just question after question after question.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what my mom was going to do. She was just like, LOL, let me know when you get there. Like, what? My dad also said, like, LOL, is she okay? Whatever. But yeah, it was fine. I think I just, like, panicked because I didn't have a phone, and that's where the problem stems, and that's what Chris was like, you need, your first thing on your goal list this year is to stop being so attached to it. And the flight was fine. We got there, we got my suitcase. By the time we landed, we were at the airport at like 12 and we landed by like 7, so it was like a long day. And by that time I was like, I don't even need my phone, like, I'm good. This was a detox for me. And then I opened my suitcase when we got to the airport, and my phone was right on top of all my clothes. I don't even remember doing it. Like, I don't know how I did it.
You never remember doing it. Like, you never, like, even there have been times where, I think I remember one time specifically, I was in Target, and I left my car keys, like, in an aisle, like, and I don't even remember, like, setting my keys down ever. And then I had to, like, I was, like, sprinting back through the Target. Because I'm like, all it takes is somebody to just, like, take these keys, go out to the parking lot, click, find the car, and boom, it's theirs.
Yeah, it was stressful, but I was okay after all of it. I sound like such a, I don't know. I am addicted to my phone, like, I will admit it, so it was tough and stressful.
Well, I understand, though, too. I think if I put myself in your shoes with this situation, I think I would have been more stressed about, like, not knowing if I put it in the suitcase. Like, if I knew, like, if Isaac was like, no, you 100%, like, put it in the suitcase, which I honestly, shout out to Isaac, I think he would have probably just lied to me through the situation so that I wouldn't panic. He would have been like, no, you put it in the suitcase. Even if he didn't know, he would have been like, you put it in the suitcase. I would have been fine if I, like, knew it was in the suitcase. I would have been like, okay, this just is what it is, as long as, like, somebody else is able to get the boarding pass and everything, and we're able to continue on with the day. But the, like, not knowing if somebody took the phone, or if I have the phone, it's just in the bag. Imagine if, now that we're out of the situation, then imagine on top of the story, they lost the bag.
That's what Chris was saying. He was like, we need to keep tracking your phone. Like, what if now the bag isn't going to make it there? Like, your phone will be gone.
A lot of people put air tags on their bag for that reason. That way, like, even if the airport loses it, like, they can even, like, tell, like, where the bag is at.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it ended up being okay. Also, the flight was great. I had this lady next to me. He was really kind. She was talking to me for a little bit. She, like, travels a bunch, so we were talking. And I really liked her. So, I made a friend.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. But Florida was fun. Florida was really nice. The warm weather just felt so nice. It's been so cold here. Today, it says on my weather app, it feels like 10 degrees outside. It's, like, brutal. So the warm weather was really nice. And we all haven't been together in so long, and we all have, like, significant others now, so it's, like, a whole big thing happening when we were there. And we spent New Year's there. We saw my stepsisters. My brother came, and that was really fun. And then I came back. It's always overwhelming because I always go between Christmas or after Christmas and New Year's. So, like, I come back a little after the January 1st, and I'm like, I feel like I'm behind. I feel like my reset is so, like, late. But yeah, I came back and took down all of my Christmas stuff.
I feel the same way. Even though I've been here for a while, like, this whole entire, like, first 2 weeks of the year, like, as we're, like, into the second week, I'm like, I don't even feel real at this point. Like, I'm making videos and editing and stuff, and I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know. I feel like I'm having a little bit of a crisis this year, where it's just a little bit of, like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Also, it has gotten a little bit colder here. It feels like 30 degrees here today, which
that's crazy.
Is cold for here. Yeah, and it's, like, so cold, and Charlie is so used to me, like, when she goes out into the backyard here, I have to, like, walk out with her and watch her use the bathroom, which is really great, that every single time she uses the bathroom, she's, like, waiting for me to go outside. So now that it's freezing, I'm, like, standing by the door, and I'm like, Charlie, please, and she's just sniffing around. But, yeah, I feel like definitely ever since we got back, it's been a little bit gloomy, and that gloominess post-Christmas, cold, everything is hitting me where I'm just like, ugh, life is so bleak.
Yeah, we just have to wait out the winter. Honestly, I feel like it's going pretty fast because it used to get dark at, like, before even 4 p.m. here, and now by, like, 5, it gets dark. So it's, like, slowly getting out of it. It's just cold out. It's also your birthday month.
It's not December. Okay, I was about to start singing Evermore, but that's not.
No, but it's one more thing to look forward to. And then once we get out of January, February, I like February, and then March, it's already getting warm.
I wish Valentine's Day was in a warm month.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's such a cute holiday. Like, I love pink and red.
I love Valentine's Day.
I love it. I think it's so cute. Like, it's not even really celebrating Valentine's Day. It's, like, the aesthetics of it. I feel like we've had this exact conversation. I literally can't remember, but
we'll have it again in February.
The aesthetics. Yeah. We're going to be like, ew, and say the same thing that we always do. It's going to be great.
Since it is the New Year's, I'm sure we've got plenty of goals to talk about. Plenty of things to work on, because in December, didn't we go back and we talked about our goals from the beginning of 2024 if we completed them. I love doing this. I can't wait for December to see what the hell I've done this year.
Oh my gosh. The thing is that I was thinking back on this. I was walking and I was thinking about 2024. I was like, there's so much that happened in 1 year that I am like, oh no, that happened like a few years ago. Like in 1 year, I'm like, no, that happened like in 2023.
It was a big year.
Yeah, it was a big year. I don't know what 2025. I'm still getting used to it. In my reset video, I literally did like a journal and everything, and I literally was still calling it 2024. Girl, get it together.
It was also like in school when you come back from the holidays and you have to write the date on the paper, and it's like you're still writing the year before. You have to keep erasing it.
Right. You always had to stay writing the date on the paper.
I wonder why. You had to like
it was probably easy for the teachers to date it and like understand when and what month and everything like that.
Can't imagine school. Sometimes I think about it, I'm like, I can't believe. Just can't imagine being in school.
I can't imagine.
Any of you in school, you got this.
For you.
You're
got this. Strong, because I could not imagine it.
The only thing I loved about school was the structure, though. Like having like a routine, like down packed every single day.
Do you know, a few days ago, I swear, I woke up in the middle of the night for like for an hour, my brain did not let me know, like, this is not my reality. I woke up in the middle of the night stressing out because when I was in high school, I used to do this. So I don't know if anybody else used Canvas, but, like, it would give you your to-do list, and it was, like, all of the assignments that are due. I regularly have nightmares about being in school and having a lot of assignments due. I literally just had one last night. This is what also makes me think of it. I swear I have them so regularly. Like, this anxiety did not leave me once I graduated. It has stayed with me. But I woke up, and for an hour, I was like, oh my God, I have so many assignments due, like, so much stuff due, and I don't even know how I'm going to get the assignments done. Like, there's this, like, I even was like, subjects, teachers, everything, like, this is what I have to do. And I was, like, panicking. Like, I was up in my bed panicking, and, you know, I did the same thing that I did in high school, not grab my iPad, not look at the to-do list, just thought about what was on the to-do list. And then finally, I was like, Destiny. It's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, you're not even in school. Like, what are you, like, is there a deeper
You're probably dreaming about
this?
it. And then you, like,
Yeah.
woke up at the tail end of the dream. I hate when that happens. That happens to Chris all the time. Like, he'll have dreams, but he'll, like, wake up from them still sleeping and, like, react. Like, one time he woke up and thought there was, like, spiders on him or something. 'Cause, like, in his dream, he'll, like, freak out. So you're probably dreaming about school. And you're like, oh, my God.
And I'm like, well, then after I stopped freaking out about I don't actually have assignments, I was like, but is there something else that needs to be done? Like, is there a reason that I'm having these dreams? Like, there's something else that needs to be done? And the answer is probably yeah. There's always something that I feel like needs to be done. So I'm, like, having anxiety about it not being done. Or, but yeah, I literally saying that. Yeah, I remember my dream last night was that I was in school and I was looking through my assignments that I needed to do on Canvas.
That's, like, one reason why I'm happy I don't remember dreams, because they say, like, everyone dreams, but unless I'm, like, I'm waking up in the middle of one, like, I don't remember any dreams. I feel like I just, like, sleep and black out for, like, 7 hours. But the reason is because I probably would think too deep about them. Like, why am I dreaming this? Is there another reason for this? So, kind of happy I don't remember my dreams.
I always tell Isaac this because I remember learning this at AP Psychology because we did, like, dream studies or whatever at one point. And I always tell Isaac, because Isaac, whenever we talk about dreams, because I have the craziest dreams, and the thing is that I can always tell, like, it's, again, manifesting from something that I'm already worried about sometimes. Sometimes they're just crazy. I have a lot of nightmares, so that's awesome. But everybody dreams, but not everybody remembers their dreams. Like, because dreaming is a part of your sleep cycle, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's, like, during your REM sleep. And it's just, like, we don't remember, obviously, like, you don't remember every single dream. But I always tell Isaac, I'm like, you're dreaming because you're talking in your sleep. You are dreaming. You're just not remembering what you're dreaming about.
Yeah, Chris got an Oura ring for Christmas, and it, like, tracks his sleep. So we've been looking at that, and it's so interesting seeing, like, how long it took him to fall asleep, how long he was sleeping.
I love my Oura ring, and one thing that I always check is my sleep, and I always check my stress for the day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yep. Whenever I've, like, had a very bad anxious day, I'm like, let's see what it looks like on the ring, and it's like, heartbeats everywhere. It's like 8 hours today, and I'm like, that checks out.
Chris's, when I lost my phone, like, he was calm all morning, and then on the app you see it just, like, spike up. He was like, he went into, like, dad mode. Yeah, it, like, was showing. Spikes. Yeah, that was an experience. But that's, like, the start of my top 3 goals of this year. Came from
personal goals.
Yeah, because Chris was like, you need to write this down as your goals and try to work on it because of that situation. It was, I need to work on my phone, being attached to my phone, which I think after that happened, like, I've been so good with it because I felt like I didn't need it after that. And then he told me I need to be more, or to add that I should be more organized, because I am organized, like, at home, but, like, I was just so all over the place, and sometimes it'll happen. So, being more organized when I'm, like, I don't want to just say traveling, but, like, things like that. Like, I could have, I don't know. We were talking about it, and it was, like, the boarding passes were just on my phone, and, like, since I lost my phone, like, I should be more organized of where everything is, like, throwing things on the ground and stuff when I was trying to put or take stuff out of my suitcase. Maybe it is just traveling. Either way. like to be more organized. And then for when I do travel, packing less, like not overpacking every time I go somewhere.
No, see, I always have that goal every single time that I have to go somewhere. I'm like, I don't even think I'm packing that much, honestly. And even when I'm there, I'm like, I didn't pack like a lot of options.
Me too.
I'm like, this is like basically, you mean like a regular pack of like, I think it was when I went back home for like Thanksgiving. I swear I like only brought outfits for like what we were doing. Like I didn't bring a single like thing outside of that. And I was like, and I brought 2 suitcases. So it's like, how is it like, I always am like, I'm not going to overpack. And then a road trip, I do not care. I will bring 5 suitcases if I need them.
Yeah, I don't know how boys like Chris can bring like a little small checked suitcase for a week in Florida. And I'm like, I just don't understand it. I don't know how they do it. I need like a full suitcase and a little like side bag of my extra stuff. Like nothing, it doesn't fit.
No, I need my suitcase with all my clothes and stuff. And then I feel like since with what we do, and a lot of the times bringing work with us, like I have to have a whole entire like separate suitcase full of like technology and camera equipment and all of this stuff that we're bringing with us.
Yeah, need to work on it though, because I do bring a lot.
Oh yeah, I bring a lot, but I've just made everybody understand that this is just now a part of me.
Yeah.
It's like talking about New Year's goals, a goal that I do not care to fix, and this is going to sound so crazy. I am so bad, and listen, I don't care. I want to preface it by saying this. I know, and I'm not making it a goal to change it. I am so bad about, like, silences, washing my face, brushing my teeth, making breakfast, walking from one point of the house to the next.
Yeah, you need something playing.
I have to have something playing on my phone at all times, and it's just because I find solace, especially when you're by yourself, like, I find solace in, like, having something on my phone. Like, I need something playing on the phone.
I thought the same thing.
I don't really need it. If somebody else is in the room with me, I don't really need it. Like, it's not as big of a need, but when I'm by myself, I'm like, no, yeah. I need to. And I don't even care. Like, I'm not making it be comfortable with silence. I'm not comfortable with silence. It makes me anxious, and I want something on my phone.
When I wrote down that I want to stop being attached to my phone, that was one of the things. I was like, maybe I should stop, like, always having something playing. But that's not part of it. The only part of it is, like, I don't want to just be on my phone when I don't need to be on my phone. And that's something I need.
Because I'm not on my phone. I just have, like, a video playing. Or, like, a podcast playing. And I'm not even, like, scrolling through the phone. I just have it playing. And I understand, because I know it's a lot of people's goals. A lot of people do the same thing. A lot of you guys, even. And, yeah, I'm okay with that being, you know, a wrong thing to do. I just did the Jennifer Coolidge face.
I feel like those were, like, my main... I didn't really write down too many personal goals. I did write down, like, for my fitness goals to continue what I'm doing. I did start doing Pilates. Took so many Pilates classes in December. I started, like, the reformer one with the big machine. It's not like the normal Pilates one. It's called, I think it's like X-Form. It's like a bigger machine. And the other day, I was on the machine. We're doing an exercise, and my foot missed the foot bar, and it went underneath it, and it, like, dug through the springs, and it cut the top of my foot, and that was really scary. And I thought I was going to be scared of the machine after that, but I'm not. But that happened, and I was really, really nervous because it hurt so bad. Like, it looked like a huge black and blue on my foot with a huge cut. But it looked scarier than it was. But yeah, those machines are kind of dangerous.
Those machines do look scary. And I remember there were a few times I was like, I want to try Pilates. And then I was like, I just don't think I can do it, for one.
You definitely can do it.
No, it's more of like the, like, have I said this before? I'm so bad about, like, I could not have, like, a personal trainer. I could not, like, be in a class setting because I shut down if I feel like somebody doesn't think I'm doing a good job. So I would literally just, like, in a class setting, if they're like, oh, you need to, like, you know, like, they're just correcting you so that you're doing, I would probably start crying, and I'd think I just suck at everything, and I would never come back. But also because the machines are so scary to me. Like, I'm so clumsy that I would end up doing something that would just break it.
Not as common as you would think. People, like, falling. I remember my first class, I asked the instructor, I was like, have you ever, like, fallen off? And she's like, no. It's like, okay, hope I don't. But then that happened. But that was on me. It was like my fault. I missed it. I was like having too much fun because it was like a jumping thing. We had to like jump off of it. And she was like, okay, you can go faster if you want. And I tried, and I hurt myself.
Oh,
but that was fun.
Well, you always look so great when you're posting your little Pilates pics.
Oh, thank
They're
you so
cute.
much. That was one thing I wanted to do last year, was try like the actual reformer. So I started that, but that's like a goal I want to continue from last year. And then just like eating healthier. I think that's the other part of the health I need to work on more. Because I love snacks, I love dessert,
fun.
I love sweets. It's not like at all. Those are like all of my like personal goals that I like talked about a little bit. The other ones are just like personal goals.
Yeah, like personal goals that you're not going to share on the internet. You're like, I don't.
Those are mine.
That's not. Yeah.
Do you have any big ones?
I had a few. A lot of mine were just emotions wise and just like personal, like give yourself needed breaks. Think through your emotions, because I feel like I do not do that. I'll like know that I'll know that I'm having a very, very anxious, stressful day, and I let that manifest itself into like being like angry or like coming across angry, but just because you're very worked up and you're very like, you know what I mean? Thinking through emotions, communicating feelings with people.
Yeah, like telling someone you're anxious, you're not mad at them. You just are having a bad day.
Yeah, or just like communicating anything, like if something makes you upset, or if you like are annoyed by something, or if you're like, hey, I think I need to tell you this, because I think like internalizing these things is not the right thing to do. It's like you're 22. Like, let's start communicating feelings.
Yeah, communication is key.
Yeah, that is key for any type of relationship you have in your life. And then for like health and wellness, I just said the same thing. Essentially just like keeping up with what I already do in a day, which I kind of had that same thing last year, where it was like just keep up with what you're doing. Other than that, I just said at least 90 ounces of water. This is like a number that I always go to. I don't know if that's the recommended. I don't know. And I also said figure out skincare, because my skin is just something that I'm always battling with. So I'd like to just like, my skincare routine is not super complicated. All I do is I have like my makeup remover, my face cleanser, and then I have moisturizer.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sometimes they say less is better
less
for
is
your
more.
skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to add more. Like, I don't want to add more to the routine. I want to more figure out, like, how, like, what in my body needs to stop. Like, what is triggering breakouts more.
Yeah.
More. That's what it is.
A little experiment this year. A little trial and error with your skincare.
I'm cutting out Alani's because I've heard caffeine, like a lot of caffeine, period, but energy drinks can make your skin really bad. There's something in them that can make them bad, so.
Lots more coffee happening. Get that espresso machine on. I feel like our goals are attainable. I tried to make mine that I don't want any goals that I'd have to focus on like so hard this year.
Yeah.
So that by the end, I'd be able to say like I completed what I wanted to achieve. Nothing
It's
too
more
crazy.
habits.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. We're making better habits for ourselves. And then some reading goals. I feel like I have.
Did you make your Goodreads reading goal?
I did. Did you do yours? I didn't do it at first because it took me a while to figure out like what number I wanted, but I did 125 for this year because last year I had 100, but looking at how much I read last year and the year before, I think 125 is good enough that like it's a challenge if I fall behind, but it's also attainable if I did what I did last year.
Yeah. I put mine at 150 because kind of like the same thing that you're saying of like, because last year, I think I almost read 150 last year, but I got in quite a few big book slumps last year. But also there's a lot of things like even within my reading goals, like one of my reading goals were to just like mood read more, because I feel like what I did last year was I did a lot of, like I would think of a video idea and then I would read books according to that instead of just like, oh, these are the books I want to read. Like, let me make a video according to the books that I want to read. Like, I was very rarely ever just like reading something that I was just wanting to read. Even though sometimes the videos I was making, like it was books that I had seen talked about before or, you know, some type of thing. But I feel like I got in a lot of book slumps because I did not read what I wanted to read. So I feel like if I focused more on mood reading this year, I would read more. Not that the number really matters, but it's more of just like a challenge. Like I like to see.
Yeah. One of the ones I wrote down is I didn't want to read books because they're popular, even though a lot of the books I read come from social media and what I see online. And then I go to Barnes and I'm like, oh, I saw someone say they like that book, so I'm going to pick it up. Even though maybe it's not my personal taste, because there have been some popular books I didn't love that I wanted to love because it is popular. So I want to more read for my taste rather than because a book has some hype. And then like I know I'll probably give it like a 3-star, but I'm reading it to like be in the know with everyone, but I want to stop doing that. But like you said, also like the mood reading, like reading books even for videos that are like on my TBR or ones that are like on my radar rather than because I see it around many places, even though I probably will be reading so many popular books because that's just
but it's more taste, like popular books that fit your book taste is what you're saying. Like when you see like a book is being talked about and you like know that there would probably be no probability that is like something that's going to match up with your taste and that you're going to really enjoy, because also when you like pick up those books to read them, you already have like a negative feeling going into them. You know what I mean? Like you're like, I don't really want to read this, but I feel like either I want to be in the know, like you said, or other people want to see you read it. So then you're not reading it for yourself at the end of the day.
And usually it's like I see so many people that like that book and I'm like, I want to like it as much as they like it. And then and sometimes I don't. So that's what I want to work on this year.
Which is a good one. It's good to be in tune with your book tastes and just kind of be reading for you. I said this year I had a lot of reading goals that just really pertain to sticking to my physical TBR. I set a numeral goal, like I wanted to read 70 books off of my physical TBR, and then I said like if I reached that or hopefully exceeded it, then I feel like I could really like at the start of next year, I feel like you can be very honest with yourself and like look at the physical TBR and go, okay, like what are books that I realized that I was avoiding throughout the year, like, you know what I mean, and really dwindle down the physical TBR. I said this, that I just feel like there were so many moments like in my reading history over the past few years that I would just get so excited. Like I would see people talk about books all over the place, like all over genres and everything, and I would want to own all of them because I was so excited and wanted to read them. And I was like, well, it's better to just like have them, like it's better to just, you know, have them in case I want to read them. And the logic of that is like you have so many books because like it's kind of in tune of what you had just said, where it's like I didn't sit and think like, but is this something I am going to enjoy? It was mostly like, oh, I saw this person talk about it and I want to have the book because I saw this person talk about it. So I want to stick to the physical TBR, get it down, and also just not buy as many books, like be more intentional with what books you're buying. Again, kind of like you were saying, like don't just buy something because you've seen like one person talk about it or because it's a new release. And
that's like one of the things is I don't want, like going through the physical TBR, also one of my goals is to get through it, but I don't want to buy more books and I'm reading like off of my physical TBR, because then when you, like you said, like when you're buying a book because you see other people like it and then you add it to your TBR, it's like more on your radar because it's one of the newer books, so all of the books from before get pushed back, and that's why there's so many books on our physical TBRs we haven't read because we're so excited for the newer ones on there. So I think focusing on our physical TBRs this year will be good for us. Also, there's probably some books on there that are like 5 stars and we just like don't pay attention to them. I always think about that. Like what books on there am I gonna love?
Because A Man Called Ove was sitting on my TBR for literally like 2 years, and I read it and I loved it. And I was like, oh, well and it was a book that honestly like was a book that I would avoid reading. Like I put it on so many TBRs and stuff and I was like, like, I don't really want to read it, and then I finally read it. And so that's another thing, too, like, where I'll find myself, like, avoiding books. And I'm like, but you really never know. Like, that could be one of your new faves. I don't know.
Exactly. I feel like all of them kind of just go together. One thing I did say is I don't want to look at, like, Goodreads ratings. I found myself, like, doing that, not when I have it, like, if I pick a book off my physical TBR, sometimes, like, I'll just start reading it. But, like, when I'm in Barnes & Noble or a bookstore, I'll look it up on Goodreads just to, like, see, like, what the ratings are and stuff, and then I decide based off of that rather than like, will I like this book? Like if it has a lower rating on Goodreads, I'm probably not going to read it, so I want to stop doing that and not look until I personally am done with the book, because it sways if I want to read it or not. Because I'm like, well, if the majority gives this a 3-star, will I also give it a 3-star? Which is my logic,
Yeah.
but you never know.
That can affect it. That is true.
The other ones are just like, I want to find new authors or new favorite authors and read more genres I don't typically read, and then I could probably maybe find new favorite authors like that.
Stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to do it all the time, but it's like, you know, for me, I feel like a big thing is like classics. Classics are very intimidating to me, but I'm so intrigued by them. And I feel like just like once you do it, I feel like I just personally have to let go of like the notion of like, this book is this like challenging thing to read. When it's not, like, when they were written, yes, they had commentary on social things that were going on in the time that was happening, but also it was just like for people's enjoyment of that time. You know what I mean? Like, it's not this like big scary thing that I feel like sometimes we make it out to be. So
Yeah. You just have to start reading one. Maybe you'll love it. You never know.
I do love Little Women, the movie. I watched that on Christmas and sobbed for literally like 30 minutes.
Is there anything you're excited for this year? Anything happening you think this year? Or books? I asked on the Instagram stories. There's some on here that are fun and exciting.
Let's read some of those and get the ball rolling.
There's lots of graduating happening this year. Congrats everyone on graduating.
Congratulations, everybody.
Huge accomplishment. Lots of weddings also happening. Congrats on everyone's weddings. That is fun. There's lots of new releases everyone's excited for. I feel like we have so many this year. Like,
Oh, yeah.
multiple every month. A lot of people are saying Harry coming out with a new album, which I'm
Everybody's
on board with
just
that. They're so excited
No
for that
one
this
else
year.
is.
Yeah. A lot of traveling. People are going to Paris. They're spending summer with their friends. A lot of people are excited for summer, just period, which I
yeah.
am too. I'm ready
When you're
for
in
summer.
the winter time, that is like a lot of people start looking for that, like, you know, solace of summer.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like after the holidays, you start missing summer a lot more. Because I feel like during the holidays, you can embrace the winter more because it, like, just feels
It feels
right.
Christmassy. It feels
Yeah.
like
After
it's
that,
part of the holidays.
you're like, no, I actually need
No.
some sun. Lots of concerts happening. Lots of people seeing
Ooh.
a lot of Gracie people. Or people are seeing Gracie. A lot of Rep TV. People think Rep TV is coming out this year.
I personally don't know.
I don't think so. I think she's taking a break.
I think she's taking a hiatus, yeah.
I think it'll be a bit of a break. There's so many Rep TV ones. Oh, someone's starting their dream job on Monday.
Oh,
Which has passed.
congratulations.
Congrats.
Oh, well, I hope the dream job is going great.
Yes. That's amazing. Yeah, those are like the majority. Oh, the new Tate album comes out next month. That's exciting. For me personally, really excited for that. So much traveling. Oh, Tom Holland and Zendaya being engaged.
I think I had a dream last night about this as well, that they announced it on Instagram.
Oh. Maybe you're manifesting in your dreams.
Well, I remember, I can't remember. I remember seeing something years ago that Zendaya always said, like, she's never going to, like, announce anything. Like, it's just going to be. And I think that's why a lot of people are taking this and running with it, because I think she's went on record and said it before. So they're like, okay, her wearing this ring and showing it to people at the red carpet, like, says enough.
Yeah.
And Tom Holland just did an interview saying, when he has kids, he's retiring from acting. And I'm like,
saw
that's
that.
great, as long as it's after you fulfilled your contract for all the movies. You go ahead and take your break.
Yeah.
Selfishly, you need to continue that contract, sir. But I am very excited if this news is true.
Me too. I'm happy for them.
I always tell Sarah that there are certain, like, celebrity couples, just, again, so parasocial, that I'll, like, start checking up on, and I'll start being like, are they still together? Like, they need to still be together.
I don't think I think I'm more attached to. I can think of one couple that I'm attached to like that.
See,
Maybe just
mine, it's only like a few, but it's not even like I'm constantly looking at stuff of them. I'm just like, when I get the thought in my brain, I'm like, oh gosh, I hope they're still together.
Yeah, like if they were to break up, that would be hard.
Yeah, I would be
hard
upset.
to see. Yeah. I'm excited for hopefully the concerts I go to. There's a lot on my radar. I haven't gotten tickets to any one of them. I remember the Spotify one, our Wrapped episode, I was talking about the Gracie tickets that were coming on sale the next day, and as I was listening to the episode, I said it, and it was like past the time the pre-sale happened. I was like, oh no. And now they're just so expensive. And Tate will be here too. And Harry, so Harry Styles.
I love how
will be
we're
on
just
tour.
speaking this into existence. There's no evidence that this is even something, but we're just all gonna jump
It's gonna
on this
happen.
train.
This is his year. I also am excited to continue traveling more. I told Chris, I said, we have to keep the momentum going. I don't care if we're road tripping or we're going on short flights. Like, I personally feel like I've been doing a good job of it.
That's actually really good of you to
Thank
want
you.
to do.
I do, and I want to see more places and things. So we wrote down a few places we want to go a few days ago. So I'm going to continue traveling, and I'm excited for that. Nowhere crazy. I'm not flying to Europe. I wish I could do that right now.
No, I don't even think
That's down the
I
line.
could fly to Europe. That's like, I get really antsy if a flight's over 2 hours. Like, I start freaking out.
Yeah.
That's actually how I lost my Kindle when I went
Oh, yeah.
back here from Indiana. I was so worked up about being on the flight for over 2 hours that I just needed to get off the plane as soon as possible, so I left my Kindle on the plane.
Someone else is reading your library right now.
That is so honestly, because this is the second time it's happened to me, and it was
Yeah.
a year, like exactly a year, and I don't ever notice it. I honestly think just like somebody, and it just gets lost in the like lost and found.
Yeah,
and I don't
it's
think
probably being
anybody
held
really
there.
touches it.
Well, it's all I can think of right. I turned 25 this year. We don't have to talk about that until it comes, maybe.
But I think that's awesome.
No, that's a hard thought. That's for June. That's for us to talk about in
Just yeah,
June.
don't. I mean, you brought it up.
I did bring it up. I just thought about it. I was like, what's happening this year? And I was like, I turned 25. So let me
It's
soak
okay.
in
We'll
24
cross
for
that
the next
road.
few months. Yeah.
And yeah, you still got like 6 months of being 24.
Good. I love
Sorry to
being 24.
give you a numeral countdown of how much time you have left, but
That's fine. I'll soak it in. Anyway,
maybe
that's all I have. That's
maybe
exciting.
you do a bucket list of what you want to accomplish before you're 25 in these 6 months.
I don't
Trying to
even
get
know.
that tattoo that you talk about.
Yeah, maybe I should do that. That was on. I remember looking at my goals from last year, and that was on it. And the goals from last year, I didn't put it on this year. I'm like, there's.
Oh,
It's
it did
been on
make it
my.
to this year.
No, it's been my goals for like 5 years now, and it hasn't happened. So I don't really know when that will happen. But maybe since it's not on my goals this year, it'll
You'll
happen.
do it. That's what I was about to say. Maybe since you're not actively putting it on there, this will be the year that you finally do it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Stay
We'll see.
tuned, everybody,
That's-
for what
that's for
2025 will
us.
hold.
Yeah, in December we'll come back around to this video, which is crazy. Let us know your goals. I did get some in from the Instagram stories, but comment any of your goals this year. Anything you're excited for. Any big accomplishments happening. And we're excited for a whole nother year bookmarked. We're turning 2 this year. That's exciting.
That's crazy.
We're gonna be
That's
2 years old.
insane.
We have
Maybe 2.
a birthday. Our merch will have more info on that next week if you're thinking
Yeah.
about that. And yeah, very excited for this year.
Everybody, remember to get to reading Fear the Flames if you want to participate.
Yes.
in
I finished
our
that
little chat. You did?
yesterday. I finished it yesterday.
I was literally about to be like, and what'd you think?
Not-
Hey.
Well, it'll be in a video, but like obviously spoiler thoughts and more thoughts will be in our episode. So
Yeah, obviously.
I'm excited to see what everyone thinks about it. So
Me too. Right now, I'm reading Quicksilver, so you
Oh.
guys will see that in a video. Did you ever finish that?
no, I have to get back to it someday.
How far in did you get? It's a lot longer than I thought it was.
Yeah, I think I got like in the 200s, but then I was like, I'm not even like halfway through, so I stopped.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
reading it last night, and I was
It's
like,
a long book.
But yeah,
Have you
anyway, that's it.
That's all. Thank you guys for watching and for listening. It's getting dark in my room right now. It's kind of freaking me out. And we'll see y'all next Thursday for some fun
Thursday,
more bookmarked content.
As you can expect from us for all of 2025. So we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.